Let's make some main shapes of the ear, kind of like block it out, and then we'll give some more details. So basically what we have contour of the ear. So the ear sculpting starts from the contour. So we kind of like make the contour correct. So, and as soon as contour is ready, we can start carve out the inside part of the ear. And of course, backside is going to be made as well. And again, there will be like separate sculpting and anatomy tutorial of all elements of the face, including mouth and ear and eye and nose. Like those going to be the separate videos. But now let's see how it works in a real life. So we have this ear. There is no inside structures yet, so we just like now are focusing on a contour. So let's dynamesh it so the topology is kind of like good. And of course we can make it like angular. So there's like a one line, then we can make this small here. Basically by breaking into the lines, we can more precisely draw it. So there is like one kind of angle here, one angle here. So it's like a hard to see, but there is so it's not like completely circular. So there is like even ellipse has some shape. Like a circle is like a universal. So circle is from all sides equal. But even if you have some ellipse, it's already have some direction because there's a long side and a short side. And in ear it's even more. So we have this flat, then it has smaller, curved, then flat, and flat. So basically, if we are not sure about the form, we can use that as a reference. Use this technique. So just trying to find some, flat, straight parts of the contour. Anyway, but as soon as we're kind of happy about like the outline, then we can start to like make it more precise. The tragus, the earlobe. Let's add some thickness with the dam standard and alt. So there is this outer part called helix. So maybe we can already mark this thickness of the helix. So this outline part, that's a helix. So let's make that line. Then it kind of goes here, and it has it like a thickness, like the thickness small here, and then it becomes wider and turns into the earlobe. And of course, already carve out the mid of the concha. So basically, we just take the clay buildup, and with the lazy mouse off, and with the alt, I just, kind of carve out the concha side. So just carving. The geometry started becoming distorted, then we dynamesh it. So we have this midline. The backside is still kind of unclear. So let's make smaller clay buildup, and with alt, again, let's do some carving. The ear canal is basically here. This is the ear canal. It kind of hides behind the tragus. So this little cartilage is called tragus. So it's kind of hiding behind, but we're not going to be focusing on realism and not going to make the. And as you can see, this concha side, this opening, is much bigger than here. So let's make as big as there, and then we will correct the outline of the ear. So let's make as big. And we can use also move tool. Let's make it bigger, as big as here, and maybe we can also find a shape similar to that. So let's make even shape. So we have this straight line, and straight line. So let's apply this finding here. Okay, and then dynamesh. And now it seems like that maybe we need some more volume here, or maybe even not. So let's see. Shall we correct the outside? Yes, it seems like that the thickness here is bigger and the thickness here is smaller. So maybe we can pull a little bit, make it thicker. And then after we pull, we check this cavity. Is it like the same size as it was before? If it's enlarged, then we need to add some volume there. Okay. good that we have these lines, good that we have these facets and the planes, basically, then it's much easier to find correct shape. We can always get rid of these lines because in reality you don't have any lines. But they are very good help during the construction. So while we constructing, we use these lines, but then later, if we want to get this more organic view, organic result, then we have to get rid of these lines. Okay, it's kind of very angular, so it's here is kind of smooth. We can already apply this smoothness here. With the male, it's not a big problem to have this kind of like a complex shape, but with the female, as more smooth you have, as better, and as more feminine look have. So anti-helix, that's the inside part here. This is the anti-helix. It goes like one line and then it splits in two, one big and one small. And in the middle there is a fossa called navicular fossa. So maybe let's take clay buildup and let's build a little bit. So maybe we need a lazy mouse here. So let's add some volume to the anti-helix. By adding, you see there is this other branch of anti-helix. The small branch is kind of start to appearing itself. So we don't need to work yet very much on it now. So and again, we would not go too far with detailing because we're still in a stage that everything have to be dynameshed constantly, and each dynamesh destroys some detailization. And if we are too far with detailing, then it might be a big problem for us. So that's why we don't do. That's just only one reason why detailing is not good. Another reason is because we don't want to spend too much time on the details unless we don't have the general form ready. So that's basically the main rule. Okay, we have some kind of like a basic shape of the ear. We'll be working on details later more. Maybe navicular fossa. Maybe we just add some navicular fossa here. Okay. And add maybe a little volume to the helix because it's kind of becoming very thin because we carved from both sides, so it became very thin. Now it looks good. Let's dynamesh it. And also see the cheek side and the earlobe. And it seems as though that there is maybe we need to take away a little bit from the cheek to give space for the earlobe. We can also add the earlobe, but let's start with the carving away a little bit from the cheek. Maybe that's the reason why there is not enough of the earlobe. But again, we never know. But it feels like to me that there is like a little problem with the cheek here. So let's remove a little bit. And of course, maybe we can even inflate. That's maybe it's quicker. So inflate is another tool that I'm sometimes use, but it's not very I'm not using it very much because it's very hard to control the inflate tool. So that's the reason why I don't use it much, but sometimes I do use. Okay, seems like that we have enough space and it's kind of okay. And we don't want to spend more time on an ear. Maybe we want to create the backside of the ear, correct? As you can see, it's like two elements. We have this kind of like crust, like a pizza crust, and then we have this some kind of like a cylindrical or let's say conical shape. So basically this guy here, in reality, it's called concha, is the same structure as this, but like this is concave part, and from other side is the same structure but convex. So you don't want to make it very thick. Okay, maybe let's make the backside of the ear now. Let's maybe use lazy mouse, the standard brush, and let's put some mask. Maybe that's the fastest way to create this backside. Let's separate this helix from the concha. And as you can see, it has a little S shape, and we can apply this here by putting mask and removing mask. Pressing the Control and the Alt. So when we press the Alt, then the mask is being inverted, so we can clean it off. So this is with Alt, and this is just Control, and Control Alt basically removes. Okay, as you can see, there is also some space here, so maybe let's add some mask as well there. Okay, then by clicking like on space on around, so we clean. And now maybe let's try with inflate. But with the inverse inflate with the clicked out. So let's see how it's gonna work. Yes, it seems like that it's working, but it's also, as you can see, it's carving inside in the skull. But it's not a big problem because the skull is not done yet, and maybe there's too much of the structure yet. So I would take the clay buildup, and by pressing the Alt, I would remove this connection, and maybe we get actually in the correct direction because there was too much of the soft tissue here, too much of the clay here anyways, so we're removing completely. So let's dynamesh it and see how it goes. It seems like, yeah, and as you can see, there's like a one structure, which is there is a temporal muscle and there is sternocleidomastoid muscle. So there's two muscles, and then there's ear in between. So later we need to apply these kind of structures to make it kind of very organized and clear area. Okay, so maybe let's polish a little bit away because there is a little bit too much of everything. But we don't want to polish it too much away because we need to have some space for the temporal muscle. So how does it look like now? It looks better. So at least we have some antihelix now. So let's see. Do we have enough concha here? And sometimes if you carve and if it becomes very thin, you can start carving an opposite side. For that reason, the back face mask. So back face mask in this case is kind of useful. So let's take clay buildup and carve away deeper. And as you can see, the concha here is not all the way down, so it kind of stops here because, as you can see, this cavity also not going all the way down, and then you have this earlobe, space for the earlobe. So you have to carve even deeper here. So let's make smaller brush and carve even deeper here just to make space for the earlobe. Some people have earlobe hanging away from the face. Some people have earlobe kind of sliding into the cheek, so that's kind of like maybe less common, but still quite possible. So not everybody has same appearance, so you want to decide what kind of face you're gonna make. I choose to have this separated earlobe, so that's my choice. But you have to make sure that especially if you make portrait of somebody, you want to make sure what kind of. So there's a tragus and there's an earlobe, so let's separate them. So as you can see, there's a separate structure here. It's called tragus. So let's separate it by pushing the earlobe a little bit closer and, of course, dynamesh it. So now we have some kind of approximate ear. Later we'll make it more correct, we'll make it more precise, because it's still a lot to work with a general shape, and it's too early to focus on very small, tiny details, but at least we have some ear in the place, more or less kind of looking similar, but of course it's very far from the result.